What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Business Buzz, where we focus on business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 best long-term stocks for you to hold on to until retirement. These stocks are safe stocks with some potential in them still that you can hold until you're 80 years old. And of course, nothing is a fact because you can't predict the future, but we feel as though with the research that we've done that these 3 stocks are great for long-term investment. Guys, before we start off with number 1, make sure you guys go down and leave us a like. Number 1, Microsoft. Microsoft is up 26% in the last year. It's a very hot stock. And honestly, I'm going to take you through each of the sectors of the business of Microsoft, and I think you'll be pretty antsy to get yourself invested in them. So first of all, productivity and business. This is one of the biggest sectors in their business, and their revenue has increased 13% up to $10 billion. So part of their productivity and business segment is a big website that they owned called LinkedIn. It's a social media that's been growing over the past few years. It's one of the few social medias that is very common with professionals. It's a good place to find employees, find anybody in the professional business world, really. LinkedIn has over 260 million active users, which is extremely good. A lot of the revenue Microsoft gets on LinkedIn comes from advertisements and memberships. People actually pay for memberships on LinkedIn, and that's just recurring money coming in for Microsoft. Another huge big segment for Microsoft is their intelligent cloud segment. This segment of their business has huge potential when it comes to AI. There's almost no denying the fact now that AI is going to have a huge impact on people's lives in the future. It already is, but it's only growing and growing. In fact, Intel predicts the AI industry to be worth over $800 billion by the year 2030. And even in just the past year, their intelligent cloud segment has rose over 20%. Microsoft's Azure is a cloud computing software that brings in tons of revenue for Microsoft. It allows customers, mostly business owners, to analyze their data to efficiently make more money. More and more business owners are buying this software, and it's probably only going to grow from here. Lastly, their gaming and personal computer section. This segment of their business has actually remained pretty stagnant over the past few years, but in reality, it's really not going anywhere, in my opinion. Everybody is still using Windows operating systems. They continually update it, and honestly, gaming is on the rise. Professional gaming could really influence a whole new generation of online gamers, and that could also see a rise in that segment of their business. Now that we talked about the 3 main segments of Microsoft's business, let's talk about overall generalities of Microsoft. First of all, Microsoft's new CEO, Satya Nadella, very well trusted already, and honestly, he's done great with the company. Microsoft has actually developed into a very subscription-based business in where they're getting recurring revenue all the time from their customers. A beautiful thing about Microsoft, which is what makes it a great long-term stock, is that they're also a dividend stock. It's a 1.5% dividend stock, so it's not the highest yield out there, but you're still going to make dividends on top of the potential stock growth that you're going to be getting. That about wraps it up for Microsoft. Number 2, Visa. Visa is another very hot stock, actually. It's also went up over 30% in the past year. Visa has over 3.3 billion card users. That is nearly half of the world's population. There is over $11 trillion in volume spent every year on Visa's cards. Also, Visa is another dividend stock. It only pays 0.7% dividends, but again, dividends are dividends. Visa, after you've heard this number, you probably won't be surprised, but they actually have the most cards in circulation out of any other card company. A huge thing with Visa lately too is that they're now working with Apple Pay and Google Pay, which is keeping them relevant. Visa is honestly just a safe stock to invest in, and analysts predict that their competitors honestly don't have much of a chance against it for a long time. Number 3, Disney. Guys, Disney is another hot stock actually that has done really well in the past year. Just like the entire stock market as a whole, but Disney has actually went up 30% in the last year. First off, Disney's brand recognition is huge. They've been a huge brand, it seems like, for almost 100 years. Studies show that over 1 billion people identify themselves as Disney fans. That is insane. Who wouldn't want to own a piece of a company with that large of a fan base and that many loyal customers? And honestly, Disney is just the owner of so many iconic, beautiful, great movie franchises. I mean, they own so many things. Some of the things you might not even think is owned by Disney, like Star Wars. They recently purchased Star Wars. That's a huge franchise just right there. They also own all of Marvel, so all these Marvel superhero movies, that's all Disney. And quite recently, Disney has actually been making a ton of remakes of their old iconic movies, and while, yeah, a lot of people view these as cash grabs, they're working and they're making them tons of money. Just since 2009, Marvel alone has generated over $1 billion in revenue. Lastly, with Disney, I want to talk about their new streaming service, Disney+. Disney+ is obviously going to be a competitor to Netflix, and it's not that I'm saying that they're going to go above Netflix and take over the vast majority of the market share. However, I think they could take some customers from Netflix and get some revenue from it. Disney has over 800 movies and tons of beloved TV shows to put on this platform. ABC, Disney Channel, Lifetime. These are just some of the examples of the networks that Disney owns that they can now use on this platform. Tons of TV shows and movies that people are going to want to see. Now, the estimate from Disney is that they will have over 90 million subscribers by the end of 2024. Now, of course, take this with a grain of salt. I mean, this isn't for sure. Maybe they'll have 20 million, maybe they'll have 500 million. You just don't know. It's also important to remember that Disney has a lot of cash right now. They have over $7 billion of it, and that can be used to invest in different things or start up different things that they want to use to make revenue. Guys, that about wraps up this video. A lot of research went into this one, so I really hope you appreciated it. Make sure you guys leave that like if you haven't already, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos about business, entrepreneurship, and investing, and that'll about do it.